Those are the top 3 items in the game for you. Now, if you're playing Orc, your top 3 items are circlets and claws, and then the other claws, 6 and 9. You usually don't get 12s. I mean, those are the important items. You know, for human, yeah, you've got a bunch of other stuff. For Net Elf, it's the staff and the orb and boots of speed. Oh yeah, boots of speed for the orc. That's right. Boots, circlet, and claws. Anyway, point is, your important items. You know, you don't ever have to. Okay, you do have to buy your important items. Actually, you buy all your important items. Your important items don't drop from the map. It doesn't matter what creep luck you get. You need to spend your gold on items. This is a lot of the reason why Undead stays 50 food so long, because you spend all your money on items. And, you know, half the power of your army is really the items. You know, people whine about Panda. Oh my god, Panda does so much damage. Oh my god, it's so unbalanced. I hate Elf. I hate neutral heroes. Well, pay 250 gold and get a healing scroll. Because the Panda costs 425 gold. You know, he only has enough mana for 2 sets of Haze Fire. You have at least 2 heroes, so you can drop 2 healing scrolls down. Seems like a win-win situation for the undead. But whatever. Don't take my word for it. Anyway, another very important point is the statues. You can see he's got an obsidian statue here, and that's really crucial. And you can see, pow, there's the healing scroll right after the Haze Fire. And it just keeps his units in good shape. And, you know, yeah, it kind of sucks that they're missing right now. And, you know, he's got Drunken Gargoyles, but it's only like a 30% miss chance at level 1. It's not that crucial. And besides, he doesn't have tier 3 yet, so he can't exactly stone form out of it. But, you know, the bears come in here and they kill on dryads and stuff. And, yeah, it kind of sucks. And he's going to staff home the bear, and that still sucks. But you know what? It doesn't matter because you have so many gargoyles. And, oh, look. I don't think it was actually a heal scroll. I think that was a statue. But the statues, by the way, you know, by the time basically the Breath of Fire comes back up on cooldown, you combine statue healing with Unholy Aura, and especially with Blight, and you've actually regened all the Breath of Fire damage. Like, literally, by having a statue and playing on your base, you've negated the Panda. No joke. It's kind of a big deal. And I know I say this a lot in my shoutcasts. It's kind of a big deal. Blight regen is nothing to joke about. It is a serious crime against humanity. The poor pandas. They just wanted some eucalyptus leaves, and you had to bring a statue and negate all of it. Okay, but seriously, Blight regen, Unholy Aura, heal scrolls, statue, crazy ass shit. Okay. So you can see he buys a new Rod of Necro, and he's gonna go creep with it because at this point he doesn't want to keep. He doesn't want to have to keep bringing ghouls off of his base because you know he's only got 3 on wood, and that's all he's gonna keep. He wants to try to keep that there for as long as he can. And he's repairing his necropolis, and he's getting some gold, whatever. But you know that battle's all. I mean, the battle that we just had right there was just all about getting rid of those dryads, and all he really did was pull back Gargs once in a while, use the heal scrolls effectively. And he just ran the clock. He's like, okay, well now you're out of mana. You can't possibly win the battle. I mean, you don't have any haste fires left, and I still have HP. You can't possibly win. And when he had haste fire going off, oh, heal scroll. Oh, statue. Oh, blight regen. Oh, yeah, fuck you. And it worked really well. And all the while, he's just focusing on a dryad because he has the move speed advantage. And really, you could, talk about how easy or hard elf is to play, but when you're trying to micro your heroes and your units, maybe cast Dispel Magic or Abolish Magic, cast Silence, cast Haze Fire, and then deal with, trying to focus fire and pulling Dryads back. I mean, even if you're Moon, it's not easy to do. Now, when I played, I was really bad at Dryad Risk Arg micro, and I probably wasn't really the best micro player out there, but, I was relatively good at this game, and Dryad micro wasn't exactly easy. So, I mean, if you could just shift-click on Dryads, that's really going to be the only thing you have to do in the battle, and just pay attention to your scrolls. That's the number two, the 2 top things to worry about in battle. Just worry about your scrolls, worry about your Dryad focus, and from there, everything really will fall, for the most part, into place. At this point, he's kind of running back because the Panda does have some mana, and he has the orb, and that just makes things really difficult for him. At this point, he sees his opponents trying to expand, and that's kind of a bitch. But, he's producing now. He's got an expansion. And, I mean, the game is roughly balanced with Elf having an expansion on you. I mean, it's Elf-sided if the Elf has +1 Expo on you, but, it's the undead ability to harass that evens it out. And that's what he's going to be doing, basically, is, he's taking a little bit of time to regroup. He's letting his HP and mana come back up. He's got 2 statues with him now. He's got Destro for him. He was worried about bears getting rid of his heroes and worried about silence. And, oh, look, here's you trying to expand and me saying no. And look how well it's working. So, cancels the AP there. And notice that the elf army has to run all the way back down. And because they don't have Unholy Aura, it takes them quite a while. And so you see he's just, chopping down on that Tree of Life. And here comes the Dryads. And this is going to be like, watch this die in 1 volley. Pow, you're dead. And he's running away, and yeah, he might lose that Garg. No, wait, Death Coil. And okay, a little bit of a mistake with the statues, but they can't be slowed, so who cares? This is exactly what I'm talking about. You only lose 30% move speed when you've got Unholy Aura combined with Dryad Slow, which makes them move roughly at average, which isn't great. It's slower than a Dryad, and yeah, a Dryad could chase you down all day, but you know what happens though is they have an attack animation. They get in each other's way because they're, you know, ground targets. It hurts to try to chase Gargs down. It's not really easy at all. And you notice that in about a minute and a half, he showed up with 70 food. He started massing A-bombs, he started making Gargs. Suddenly this army's amazing. And he's got an attack upgrade, which is nice. A-bombs don't have it, but who cares? And he goes for the Tree of Life, you know, pulls his army into the battle, and this is what he's doing now. He's nuke spamming on the Panda, and this is the really funny thing he's doing, is he's going up, hitting the Tree of Life, and then once his cooldowns are up, he coil spams, and then he turns around and he runs away. And that's all he's doing. This time he got silenced, so he turns around again. And now Check's playing well, and this is why Nelf needs to go Bears, is now he's able to rejuve the Panda constantly, so he doesn't, you know, drop down to 12 HP for the time the battle starts. But I mean, that's really what the Undead's trying to do. He's got statues, so he's obviously got mana to spare by the boatload. He, you know, stops for some scrolls. He's breaking up to almost 80 food. Check's got 80. Check's actually got 3-2 upgrades too, which is pretty beastly. But you notice even with the Dryads having 2 armor upgrades, you know, orb and attack, and the thing died. So now it's time to go for it. He realizes now that if his opponent really gets the next expansion, I mean, this is an aggressive expansion. If he gets this, it'll be really hard for the Undead to get the top left one as well, or to his own credit. And it's going to be, again, it's going to wear him down, and he's probably not going to be able to win. So he's coming in here. Again, focus on the Dry. That one dies in one volley. Another one goes down, gets very, very low. There's the Haze, and he really needs to Stoneform like right now, but instead he has a Destroyer. And that's just as fun. The Panda, he actually got very lucky with the Panda not being in range to Breath of Fire him. But that's another really good thing about Destros. You just eat the Haze, and so then you can't Breath of Fire. And how easy that battle was. Look at all the bears die. He's still at 72 food, and he dropped his opponent maybe 4 units. And so he's gaining experience, and he's killing a Panda, which probably should have used the Invul Pot, but he fails. And again, that's just coil spam, because he had so much. And by coil spam, I mean coil and Nova, obviously. But you know, he just had so much mana from the statues. He's just able to come in there and just wreak havoc. So, you know, Garg taking some damage. There's the coil, pulls it over the trees. Actually doesn't break LOS though, so it just keeps taking damage, but it's not a big deal. Nature Protector goes down. And now you're going to lose your Tree of Life. Lich is 5, so it's going to one-shot all these Wisps when they die, or when the Tree of Life dies. Here we go. I think he's waiting for it. Yeah, the Wisp is watch this. Pow. Right, so he's actually had it queued up.